Hi, my name is Isaac Etter, and I'm the founder of Etter Consulting, a consulting firm that helps families train to transracially adopt. Well, I was adopted when I was 2 years old. My birth mother tried to raise me for about 2 years before she ended up giving me up for adoption in Richmond, Virginia. Shortly after I was adopted, my family moved to Lancaster, Pennsylvania, where I was raised in a very conservative area, not knowing many other people of color, especially Black people. The only other Black people I really knew were also transracially adopted. And so I grew up really not having an understanding of people that weren't white. Around the age of 16, I found out about racism accidentally on the internet. I spent that whole year wrestling with whether or not racism was real because of my upbringing. On my 17th birthday, me and my friends were walking home late at night. We were coming down a hill, and we were being kind of loud, and there was a cop car at the top of the hill that started flashing its lights. And so we started running, and one of my friends shouted out, "It's all right, Isaac's the only one that's gonna get in trouble." And I remember that moment, everything set in. Everything I had read on Tumblr, everything that I had seen, all the videos of police brutality, all of it all clicked all at once. I realized that everybody in my life knew something that I didn't know. They knew I was different. They knew that I would be treated different, not just by police, but by everyone. They knew that I was different and I wasn't like them. I realized at that point, even though my parents had the best intentions of raising a Black child, they weren't preparing me to go into a world that would treat me differently because of the color of my skin.
I believe that when you're adopting transracially, you're young and you go into it with a little bit of an idealistic worldview, and I don't believe that's necessarily bad. If everybody knew what they were getting to raising children, adopted or not, they would probably be horrified. Because raising children is the hardest task that you will ever do in your life. But I do believe that our culture has evolved, our culture has matured, our society has changed in ways that having counseling in this area now could be tremendously beneficial and could, potentially help an adoptive family avoid some of the pitfalls that we just kind of had to stumble through.
The first talk that Isaac gave during our training, our pre-service training, was on the topic of transracial and cross-cultural adoption. And Isaac came to share his personal and professional perspective on that. He was so approachable with the families that were there. Sometimes it's difficult for me as a white social worker to present issues surrounding ethnicity and race. I feel cautious that I want to be respectful of all perspectives and views, but sometimes families don't feel that maybe I have the knowledge or the experience to answer their questions. And having Isaac present, he was gentle in his responses. He allowed people to ask questions that perhaps otherwise maybe would have made people uncomfortable, things like that. He was informative, and families really benefited from having him there. And as a result, even more so than just having the families benefit, I'm confident that the children who entered those families into that cross-cultural or transracial family benefited as well by having parents who were informed.
I spent the last few years researching and learning the best ways to have conversations about race and privilege in America. Being a transracial adoptee, it's important to me that children that are being fostered and adopted are going into educated and inclusive homes. I would love to work with any adoption agency, social work program, or family to help prepare people for transracial fostering and adoption. Everything you need is here. Reach out and let's start the conversation today.